How to come up with an unforgettable book cover. Your book cover is the face of your book. A great book cover design at its most basic level is something that will help readers take you and your book seriously. A great book cover design is a complex balance of images, text, and information, and you need a graphic designer who understands how each of these elements interacts with the others to best sell your book. Number 1. Find the perfect editor for your book. First of all, you need to know what you want. The editor can design, but you will need to take full responsibility for the final product because it represents you, the author. Give suggested colors and themes, and the editor can play around with them. Some graphic designers have very strong opinions because they are experts in their work. Be careful that the graphic designer does not impose their final idea on your cover. If you have to design your own cover, make sure you have the skill to do so. A great cover can make or break your book. Number 2, find inspiration and ideas for your cover. If you have the ability to execute a design, then it's fine. The most important aspect of book covers is their ability to connect with the target market. That is, the people who are likely to buy the kind of title you're writing to. Therefore, your first stop for inspiration should always be your target market. Shop around for ideas and see visual styles and motifs that can be incorporated into your cover. Make sure your cover is intriguing and captures the essence of your story. Number 3, your cover needs to communicate to your target market. It needs to communicate that this book is the one they are looking for. A good brief doesn't just describe the book in stunning detail. It's also your first and often only chance to pitch yourself as a collaborator. Of course, within the constraints of a genre's current visual style, there are plenty of opportunities to play with interesting ideas, striking imagery, and inventive typography. And don't forget the back of your book cover in your brainstorming. Most people will read this and make a decision to purchase, so make it sizzling. Number 4, choose your cover design software. If you prefer to do your own cover, choose the design software that you are familiar with. Basically, any graphical software can be used to design a cover. Some programs are suitable for non-professionals, and some, like BookBrush, are specifically designed to cater to authors. They are usually incredibly easy to use and can produce some smart-looking covers. They are, however, somewhat limited by the number of templates they have in any given genre. Anyone can gain access to professional tools like InDesign and Photoshop, which both offer free trials that have a much steeper learning curve. A lot of people know how to use Photoshop, but not well. Number 5, decide on your cover's dimensions. Is your cover going to be A5, A6, A4, etc.? For printed books, things get a bit more complex. You should take into account standard book sizes within your genre. Then factor in the page count and paper density so that you know exactly how thick the spine needs to be. And then there's the matter of typesetting the back cover, which is an art to itself. If your intention is to sell printed versions of your book, you should strongly consider hiring a professional book cover designer. There are too many variables at play for an amateur to have a chance at creating something credible. Let the designer create something incredible. Number 6, get your typography right. Typography, or the use of lettering on the cover, is something almost all non-professional cover designers struggle with. Find some variety. Avoid using the same typeface for the title, author name, and tagline. But don't go crazy and use more than 2 or 3 fonts. Keep your name relatively small. Unless you're really famous, the author name should not be larger than the title. Give the reader some credit. Don't feel the need to include written by or a novel by. Readers can figure that out for themselves. Keep it simple. One of the most common amateur design mistakes is to make the cover far too busy. Keep your design simple. Number 7, deliver your cover in the correct format. The best design in the world won't matter if you can't actually deliver your cover in the correct format. For an ebook, you'll simply need to export your front cover as a good old-fashioned JPEG. If you're using a POD, print-on-demand company, to sell print copies, you will have to closely follow their individual requirements, which will usually involve producing a PDF of the front, spine, and the back cover that has the right resolution and uses the correct color system. For ebook, right resolution and color system are important. Number 8, test your designs. If you're torn between two cover designs, why not test them with your target market, where you get two sets of people from the same audience and expose them to an ad. One of the audience sees an ad with your A cover and the other sees one with your B cover. The ad that gets more clicks is the winner. Number 9, getting a professional cover design. A professional designer brings more than just Photoshop skills to the table. Book cover design is a complex balance of images, text, and information, and you need someone who understands how each of these elements interacts with the others to best sell your book. A designer who specializes in book jackets understands how readers respond to a layout and typography. They understand the current trends and can see how your cover will compete in the market. Most importantly, they will know how to communicate the right message with your cover. Best of all, book cover designers generally charge quite fairly for a quality book cover, although some may charge an arm and a leg. Get at least 3 quotations before you make your final decision. Number 10, your cover is also a book marketing tool. That means that you should be able to quantify its value in dollars and cents. A professional cover can change your book's fortunes. Design it carefully. Indeed, a cover has to effectively communicate what the book is, its genre, style, and content. If your jacket is misleading, promising one thing but delivering something else, you will only attract and disappoint the wrong type of readers. One of the benefits of hiring a professional cover designer is that they will have an intimate awareness of the design trends within a given genre. If possible, get a professional cover designer and allow them to make most of the choices. It's what they do, and you're too close to your own book to make rational decisions in this area. We need to search for designers with the right experience and who will represent us well. Make your cover unique to your taste and audience. Number 11, how to find the right book cover designer. There are plenty of places on the internet where you can find designers advertising their services. Your first priority is to seek out designers with a great portfolio and a track record of creating great covers within your genre. I work with people with a proven track record. However, if you choose to look for designers, it's advisable to create a short list of candidates. Good designers will often be booked up for weeks, if not months. Once you've narrowed down your candidates, it's time to start thinking about your brief. Look for a professional cover designer you can trust. Referrals are also very good and will save you a lot of heartache. A well-written brief will pay dividends. Not only can it help you secure your designer of choice, but it lays the ground for a smoother collaboration and will often result in a lower quote. A well-written cover design brief will help you get lower quotes from book cover designers. If the designer starts to think they might not enjoy working on your project, they can either decline your proposal or quote a higher price than they otherwise should. So don't just knock out your brief in 20 minutes. Put some time into it. Avoid the urge to be prescriptive in your brief. You can show designers other book covers for inspiration, but allow them to make the creative decision. After all, that's what you're paying them for. Professional designers have access to literally millions of photos, graphics, and illustrations through image libraries like Shutterstock and iStock, as well as more niche image archives. They can license these images, digitally manipulate them, and often combine them with other images to create a unique design. The designer will then lay over the title, author name, and any other text to finalize your cover. Let us know your thoughts and questions about book cover design. We'd love to hear from you.